guys, Chris Bliss. Hope you're all having a blissful day. I'm back in Overwatch, which honestly I have not played in a very, very, very long time, as you guys probably know from my channel, if you're a viewer. But yeah, so I'm still kind of getting used to how to play the game since I've been playing a lot of Gears of War and not really first-person shooters. The only real shooters that I've played have been like Halo, so which is completely different than this game. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. I literally just got done watching, and I don't know if you guys are fans or not, but I literally just got done watching Summerslam, WWE Summerslam, and it was probably one of the worst pay-per-views I've seen this year. Yeah, it was just bad. I'm kind of gonna talk about that, so if you guys don't like wrestling, sorry. But it's just like the most recent, oh crap, it's just the most recent thing in my mind. So, for some reason, they make SummerSlam like frickin' 6 hours long, I think it was. Well, 4 hours for the main card, and then 4 hours for the main card and 2 hours for like pre-show matches or something, basically. So like when the audience really isn't all the way in there. But anyway, so they did that. Those matches were alright. I mean, I don't really care too much about those since they don't matter. They're pre-show matches, you know. They don't put any there's no really major emphasis on those matches. So the main card and first match was decent. Enzo and Cass actually lost, which I was kind of surprised. To Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, which I was really surprised that they lost, because I thought them being in I think Brooklyn was their hometown, so I'm kind of surprised that I forgot what Zarya's thing is. I'm kind of surprised that they actually lost, so that was kind of shocking. That match was okay, nothing really spectacular. And then they had the women's championship match, which I didn't agree with at all, because it's like the women, they've been boosting the women up so much recently with like the women's revolution, and then it's the freaking second match on the card, so it's like, what the heck, that doesn't make any sense. So anyway, I was kind of bummed that it was only like the second match on the card. I don't know, that just kind of devalues the championship in my opinion. You know, have it compete up there with the men's title, but I'm no wrestling bookie, so I don't know. But I was surprised that Charlotte actually won, since Sasha Banks just recently won the title like maybe a month ago. But I don't see any other girls or women wrestlers, I guess, who are good enough to even compete on Raw other than Charlotte and Sasha. So I don't know what's gonna happen there. I guess those two will just keep on fighting over the belt. I don't know. But the match was good, but there was a lot of they call them botches, which is basically like moves that are messed up. So like if you're going for like I don't know, like a takedown or something, and you mess it up, that's called a botch. And there are some pretty big botches in the match, which, I mean, I understand that every match isn't going to be perfect, you know, but these were some major ones where they could have gotten, like, actually really hurt, so it was kind of hard to watch the ladies do their match and with these major botches, because there's a couple where I thought there could be, like, some serious neck problems. was overall pretty decent. I enjoyed it. Just surprised that Sasha lost. Other than that, I'm kind of trying to think of the next match off at the top of my head. I think the next match was John Cena versus AJ Styles, which was probably my favorite match of the night. I love AJ Styles. He's probably my favorite wrestler right now. And John Cena had a really good match. I know a lot of people kind of love or hate John Cena, but I think that he brings out the best in everyone when he wrestles. So it was cool to see those two go back and forth. And I was happy to see AJ win. You know, normally John Cena usually wins a lot of feuds, but he won this one, so it was kind of cool to see AJ kind of finally beat John Cena. And we'll see what happens from here. I don't know what's gonna happen. So that match was probably the match of the night, in my opinion. But what else was there? Oh yeah. So for some reason they did the WWE Heavyweight Championship, like the original championship, super early in the match, or super early in the card. It was only like oh geez, I don't know. It was like the fourth match maybe. I don't exactly remember. But I was like, what the heck? This is the championship. It should be like going on last. So it was Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler, and I've always been a Ziggler fan for the longest time, but I just, this match kind of sucked, honestly. They had some good hype and promos, going into it, so it was kind of cool. Kind of exciting to watch them all fight, but the match itself, I don't know, I just don't like Dean Ambrose's in-ring style. His offense is very, he's like a brawler, and some of his punches and hits and stuff just don't really, they don't really seem like they're actually, a real punch. I know wrestling is, quote-unquote fake, but, the object is to make it look as real as possible, and I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of Dean Ambrose's in-ring work. He does cut good promos and stuff, but, I don't know, it just really wasn't all that special to me, so, it was okay, and it was kind of interesting to see, because the crowd was kind of, more into Ziggler, actually, than, Dean, which is surprising, because Dean has been probably one of the biggest, good guys for the past couple months, so that was interesting to see. After that fight was excuse me for yawning. That is what happens when you watch wrestling for like 5 hours straight. After that match, I think was there was a women's 3-on-3 tag team match, and you know what, I think a lot of people hate on the women because they may not be as athletic, or maybe it doesn't seem as believable, but I think when given the chance, the women can easily do way better than the men. It's just how they're portrayed in the TV show. Like, there are a lot of talented women, like Becky is really good. Nikki Bella came back, and she's really improved as a wrestler. Alexa Bliss, from what I've seen, is pretty good. Naomi is really athletic. And who else was in the match? I'm not too sure about Carmella yet. I don't know. I think she should have stayed with Enzo and Cass, because she's basically like using the same gimmick as those guys, except it's not really connecting with the crowds. Kind of like this fabulous character. I don't know. And who else in the match? Oh, Natalia. But she's always been like a reliable, she's maybe not the best, but she's like she's a reliable character you can have. someone try and wrestle with, but I thought that match was okay. At least the women go out there and, try their best, and I thought it was, I'm actually really interested in the women's division just because of all the new ladies, so, I'll talk about more after, after the break. Okay, so, after the women's 3-on-3 match, I don't exactly remember what the match was, but I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I think it was the Tag Team Championship match. You had the New Day without Big E versus not the Bullet Club. They don't call them the Bullet Club anymore. The Club, Gallows and Anderson, who I thought were gonna win. I thought this was gonna be the night where all the Bullet Club members won, but I guess not. But anyway, that match was okay. I think Biggie is the best actual wrestler. Actually, you know what? Kofi's really good too. I haven't seen a lot of Gallows and Anderson, only because I never really watched New Japan. I really had no idea what it was until recently. So the match overall was okay. I think it was missing something. It was stupid, absolutely dumb that Jon Stewart was involved in this match. I think it was just one of the dumbest things ever. He was trying to be like a comedy type of person like the New Day are, but it just fell flat on its face, I think, and it was just embarrassing. The fans were actually cheering for Jon Stewart to get hit or to get punched and stuff. So I think that failed miserably. Anyway, so the New Day won by disqualification, so they still have the championship, which I thought they were actually going to lose, so I was kind of surprised by that. After that match, I can't remember. I think it's sad when you can't really remember the matches because there's just so many. After that, I think it was I'm probably going to miss a couple of matches, so don't get too angry. I think it was the Intercontinental Championship, The Miz versus Apollo Crews, and there wasn't really a big build-up to this match, so I honestly didn't really care about it. The Miz has grown on me because he's probably one of the best heels or bad guys in the company. Legitimate bad guy. People hate him because he's a douche. He acts holier than thou, so he's a good heel in that way. But Apollo Crews, yeah, he's really athletic and stuff, but the guy's got no personality. I don't know what his motivations are or why I should care about this guy. He's just very bland, which is unfortunate because he's really athletic. He's a really solid wrestler. It's just, why should I care about this guy at all? So, anyway, Apollo Crews lost, which I think was the right decision because The Miz could probably work with someone, maybe like Sami Zayn or, oh wait, Sami's on, I forget, now it's confusing because Sami's not even on SmackDown. I don't know who he's going to work with next, but I think he needs to work with someone a little bit better than Apollo. Apollo's still young, so he'll probably get a couple more title shots, but yeah, I don't know, I just really wasn't feeling that match. So after that match, I think was, they had the WWE, and this is the lamest title name ever, the Universal Championship. And I think it was funny because the fans were actually booing the name anytime and they introduced the belt because they needed to show the belt. Man, that thing is ugly. so the heavyweight, the usual regular title that Dean Ambrose has, you know, that is pretty good looking. Like, it looks like a championship belt. My God, this thing, it looks like it's made out of like red leather, something. Like, it looks cheap. It looks terrible. And anytime, it was funny because anytime they showed the actual, the new belt on TV, the fans would boo it, and they would show it like throughout the match to kind of, you know, show out how important the match was. And they would boo it every single time they showed it. I was like, oh my God, they've already screwed over the belt, whoever wins it, because the belt is so ugly. So the match was between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, and I thought that Seth was gonna win, just because Finn is literally like just brand new into WWE, like not NXT, WWE, and so I thought they would stick with Seth, but either way, I was happy that Finn won. You know, both guys are great wrestlers, so honestly, I really didn't care who won because they're both really good. So Finn won, and I think it'll be interesting to see what they do with the title next. Who he's gonna feud with? Maybe Kevin Owens. I thought the match was pretty good. You know, it was a way different match than the other World Championship match. I thought the one for SmackDown was actually quite boring, while the one for Raw, the crowd was into it, and there were some good spots, and yeah, I think that Finn needs to expand his move pool just a little bit, and work on his character, because Seth is probably one of the best promos and heels in the company, so he's got a lot to work on, but I think he'll do a fine job as he grows as a champion. And then we had the two worst matches in possibly, well, I guess technically one match in WWE history. Maybe that's a little hyperbole, but so we had now we get this. We already had the World Championship fights go, and so they had the United States Championship go after the World Championships. Now that makes no sense to me. To me, that devalues the actual World Championships, like Dean and Finn, and I don't know, it just was dumb. I always think that the championship match should go on last, because that's what everyone is fighting for, you know, like everyone wants to be the champion, so it should go on last. But they put the United States Championship on, and it's Rusev versus Roman Reigns. Okay, so basically they set it up as Rusev is like this Russian bad guy, and he's only a bad guy because he's Russian, and he and his real life wife got married, and then they did like a wedding on Raw, and then Roman came out and kind of like ruined their wedding. So immediately Roman like looks like the bad guy because he like ruined someone's wedding. Okay, anyway, so they fight, and the match doesn't even like, they don't even ring the bell. Roman just they start like brawling and stuff outside of the ring, and the bell is never rung at all. So that match is technically like a no contest, because they technically never fought for the championship. So Roman just like literally beats the crap out of Rusev. He spears him, he punches him, he hits him with a chair, like he just completely destroys him this whole time. And it was just like, why is this even, like, it reminded me of something you would see on Monday Night Raw or on SmackDown. Like, I've never seen anything like that on a pay-per-view or a network special or whatever you want to call it. Like, it just seems so lame. So that was pretty stupid. Anyway, and then the last match of the night was Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. And they tried to hype this up by being like a Raw versus SmackDown. just got in trouble for testing positive for anti-estrogens in the UFC. So I mean, I don't know, kind of his whole mystique kind of just wore off on me because he was just basically taking performance enhancers, and so I don't know, it just kind of devalued the whole match for me. But anyway, Brock ended up just like absolutely destroying Randy. Like, he put him through a table. He legitimately cut him open with a real elbow, and there's like a cut on Randy's forehead. You guys should definitely like check it out. It was really disgusting. It's real blood, not fake blood. And so yeah, I don't know. It was just like one of the dumbest endings to a pay-per-view ever. But yeah, I think I'd give it like a D rating, maybe a C minus. But anyway, guys, I hope to do more Overwatch videos in the future. Since I haven't kept up with Overwatch, I've been kind of busy. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this ASMR video and me rambling about SummerSlam. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks to all my new subscribers, and I'll see you guys later.